There are so many amazing neighborhoods when you're looking to relocate to the Tampa St. Pete area. And today I just kind of wanted to dive into some of the hottest neighborhoods, some neighborhoods that have been on people's radar or that some of my clients have been really asking me lots of questions about. So let's get to it. Some of the hottest neighborhoods in Tampa. Let's go. Hey there, everybody. I'm Emily. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida, and I live in the Tampa St. Pete area. And this channel is dedicated to all things living, working, playing, sleeping, eating, and especially the real estate market here in Central Florida. So if that resonates with you, please go right ahead and click that subscribe button and that notification bell. That really helps me out a lot. And also, don't forget, you can leave me a comment below, add some information, ask me a question. I really, again, I enjoy reading all your comments, so I try to get back to you as quickly as possible. But if you're like many of my other real estate clients and other YouTube clients that have reached out to me and you're looking to relocate or move to a different area in the Tampa St. Pete area, I've got your back. But I can't help you unless you reach out to me, and I promise I will respond to you. So go ahead and click those links below. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, but most importantly, you can jump on my calendar and we can have a 30-minute conversation. And that's what I really like to do with people, so we get to know each other a little better and we can kind of discuss the map and some areas, and we can even look at the MLS together. So go ahead and click those links below. I would be happy to help you. So Tampa it's no shock to everybody. Tampa is becoming the #1 city to relocate to in 2022. So of course, we've got a lot of information, a lot of people coming in, and a lot of the neighborhoods are kind of shifting based on people moving here. So there have been some areas that have been predominantly retirement communities. That's changing. And there are some areas that were predominantly suburban, and they're changing into more urban. And it's just kind of fun to watch Tampa grow and change. So I wanted to break it down a little bit into some of the neighborhoods that I think are really kind of the hot areas, the areas you need to consider. And I'm kind of doing a little mixed bag here because not everybody's a young professional, but not everybody's a family person. So it really wanted to speak to all levels. But the great thing about Tampa is there's a diverse crowd of people coming here now. And so if you want to live in the city and have the city life, you can do that. If you want to live on the outside of town and have more of that suburban life, you can have that. You can also travel in between both, really within a 10 or 15 minute car ride. So there is a lot to offer, a lot of different types of people, and I do think that's why Tampa is becoming such a popular city. The first neighborhood I wanted to talk about is in the Channelside district, which is called Water Street, and it's a brand new master plan community that is really cool and has a ton to offer. It is the partnership between Bill Gates and Jeff Vinnick, who owns the Tampa Bay Lightning. They have come together to put this new community really on the map. It is sitting on the water on the bayside, and you have not only living and working and shopping, but you have green space, and it has a very modern and eclectic kind of feel to it, very clean. It's definitely for my young professionals, for people that really want to, live in a high rise and take that elevator down and go walk to, one of the hot bars or the hot restaurants. Then you can take a walk over to Channelside, where there's all these amazing little vignette restaurants that look like containers, and they've got a green space which they project sometimes some movies, or there's some little mini concerts, and you all along the bay. So you have this waterfront community basically right there. It's in downtown Tampa. It's on the east side of downtown Tampa. It also sits next to the aquarium. So there's a lot of wonderful features, and there's the trolley goes down there. The pirate water taxi that I talk about a lot on here goes down there, so you can hop on and off in places, and it just provides a ton to do if you are that young person that has a lot more energy than me, that wants to, work all day and play all night and sit around and listen to a concert on the lawn. I would say Channelside is definitely a really hot area for you to check out. The next neighborhood that's just hot is South Tampa. It has been and always will be the most popular place I believe that people really want to relocate to, and there's a couple of reasons for that. It's situated really like a boot in the middle of the bay. So you have access to St. Pete, you have access to Davis Island and Harbor Island and even Channelside. You also are hop, skip, and jump from downtown Tampa. So if you work in downtown Tampa, living in South Tampa is very accommodating. It's the best thing to do. So most people want to do that. It's also the northern part of South Tampa. Hyde Park is a really popular area for college kids and young professionals because UT sits right above Hyde Park off of the river, just across from downtown Tampa. So UT is a very popular college here. A lot of really great, smart people go there, and it's a beautiful campus on top of all that. But the kids seem to migrate to Kennedy Boulevard and everything around it to stay close by to campus. And so, of course, that neighborhood's going to cater to them. So there's all these cool restaurants, lots of outdoor activities. Again, the running thread here with all these neighborhoods, just to keep in mind, is there's always going to be great restaurants. There's always going to be live entertainment. There's always going to be some festival or outdoor venue. And as Tampa has grown and expanded, there's just more of those opportunities in more neighborhoods, in different neighborhoods now. It's not like you just go to one area, South Tampa, Curtis Hickson Park, and that's where all the festivals are. Now we have festivals across from that, down a little bit, or over on Channelside, or even in some areas that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. So let's get back to it. South Tampa. Why is South Tampa so popular? Again, it's rich in its history. Most of the homes are historical homes. You still have some of those brick lane streets. You are in walking distance to Hyde Park, in Hyde Park Village, that has a ton of amazing restaurants. Bar Taco, one of my favorite restaurants in Hyde Park. They've got some great drinks. Their guacamole is amazing. They have a vegetarian taco that's really great, and I'm not even a vegetarian. They also have just a ton of restaurants, some of the best stores imaginable, wine bars, and it's a great little place to take the family, or just you can ride your bike and hang out for the day with your friends. So, and Christmas time, obviously it's decorated in lights and they have a big Christmas tree. It's just a lot of fun. Hyde Park is definitely another area in South Tampa to consider. But also Soho, south of Howard Avenue. It is becoming the kind of mecca for the young, hot professionals. Somebody asked me on my channel about where a young professional should live if they want to meet people and have a nightlife, and I was like, go to Soho. Again, wonderful restaurants, walkability, great coffee shops. So you'll see a lot of people working in these coffee shops and hanging out and then having happy hour at night a couple doors down at one of the restaurants. It's really a cool area. And again, they have those nice boutiques as well. So in South Tampa, if you're looking for a little bit of an upper echelon suburban life, I would definitely recommend South Tampa. Especially, they've got one of the most popular high school districts, which is Plant High School, and so that draws a lot of the families. It's got amazing homes. They can range anywhere from, I think right now the average is probably around 600 or 700K all the way up into the multi-millions. There's a bunch of country clubs down there, Palmacia Country Club, not to mention Bayshore Boulevard has the largest sidewalk in the country at 4.5 miles with a water view. And it is home to cyclists and runners and walkers and even skaters. You'll see all types on Bayshore Boulevard. As a kid, when I was an actress in my early teens, I had my first photo shoot rollerblading on Bayshore in my Daisy Dukes. Yes, you're welcome. That photo will not be posted here. But I always dreamed of living in South Tampa and Hyde Park. It was just still, even back then, a really cool area if you wanted to have great restaurants and great nightlife. So check it out. Everybody else seems to be. Okay, now if you're like me and you really love the beach vibe, you really love water, you need that, little beach town community feel, but you don't want to go all the way to the Gulf side. Or you don't want to kind of get into all that traffic over there in Clearwater and St. Pete Beach. Let me tell you, there's a little community that I am absolutely mad for, and that is Dunedin. And if any of you out there have talked to me, I bring it up to everybody. When I hear that you like water or you want to be close to the beach, I send you to Dunedin. And there's a couple of reasons why. Dunedin has been a quiet little retirement community for a long time. And then obviously things boomed and all these families moved in, and the homes are just beautiful. There are a lot of different types of homes over there. So the great thing on the west side of Tampa, sometimes you can get stuck in those ranch style homes. Thank you for the person who corrected me. They're not bungalows, they're ranch style homes. The very typical Florida home. But in Dunedin, there has been so much renovation and turnover that the homes have really gotten really eclectic, and none of them look alike. They're really great. But my favorite thing about Dunedin is that you don't have to leave Dunedin if you live there. There's so much to do. You have the main street that's got all the wonderful shops, all of the wonderful restaurants, and some really cool bars that I've been known to dance in. And again, my favorite Mexican restaurant is there. One of my favorite sushi restaurants is there. And Old Bay, which is my absolute favorite seafood restaurant that sits right on the marina. It's open air, and they've even expanded it since COVID. And you can stare at the boats at the marina. There's another restaurant down at that end as well. It's not my favorite, not gonna lie, but it's also another option. And in the marina, they have all these tour boats where you can go see dolphins, and they can take you fishing. It's a great place to take people that are coming to visit you, or if you wanted to go do something like that. And if I can't say enough about Dunedin, one more thing is there's usually some sort of farmer's market or festival going on every weekend. I've never had a weekend where there wasn't something going on in the heart of Dunedin. Again, Dunedin can actually be a larger community. Their downtown is really dense, and the homes there are really great, and they're pretty high up there in price, but if that's your game, great, because you're gonna get your more bang for your buck that way. Also, it's connected to the Pinellas Trail. I don't want to forget to tell you that. So not to mention, you have access pretty readily off of Main Street to the Pinellas Trail that will then run you north and south, and you can take the Pinellas Trail to the Dunedin Causeway, which takes you to Honeymoon Island, which is another amazing beach, and it's all right there. So Dunedin, it sits just south of Palm Harbor and just north of Clearwater. So you have this large chunk of landscape to find a home within, and you're still close to all the cool stuff in Dunedin. You might have a Palm Harbor, zip code, or you might have a Clearwater zip code, but who cares? You're right there in the heart of everything. So if you're looking for, that beach bungalow, or even a high rise, I just sold to some YouTubers a townhome over there that's being constructed as we speak. It's beautiful. Cannot wait to see it finished. So they have a little bit of everything for everybody. And again, you've got so much to do. I can sit here and talk about it forever. But Dunedin should be higher on your list. It's hot, hot, hot. Okay, so let's move over to the northeast side of town, and that's gonna lead us into Wesley Chapel. There's a few reasons why Wesley Chapel is so hot, hot, hot right now. Wesley Chapel offers new construction. So it is the largest area that has the most new construction, those master plan communities. They have a lot to offer. They're really kind of like an oasis outside of Tampa. You really would never need to leave Wesley Chapel. It's gonna appeal more to the people that are looking for a suburban life. If you've got small children or even middle school children, this is the place to raise them. There's tons for you to do. And there's tons for you to do inside your community. Most of these communities have amazing amenities. There's even Epperson Lagoon, which is on the north part of Wesley Chapel, that offers this little island oasis to everybody. You can either, you don't have to live in Wesley Chapel to enjoy the lagoon, but if you live in Epperson, you have access to that lagoon, which again, it's like having your own, half-size adventure island in your backyard. So it's very cool. There's also a ton of shops. There's the Grove, there's the shops at Wiregrass, and there's the Tampa outlets. And then sprinkled all throughout there are some amazing restaurants. There's axe throwing, there's Florida Avenue Brewery, which is one of my favorites. Tons of things that are happening in Wesley Chapel. It's a hot, hot area. And then much like South Tampa, it has some offshoot neighborhoods that I want to just kind of briefly talk to you about because I like Lutz, I like Land O'Lakes, and there's definitely some more options surrounding those, but you can be in Lutz and Land O'Lakes and still benefit from what Wesley Chapel has to offer. So if you're looking for suburban life, you're looking for being close to all those big box shops, as well as having some really great restaurants, you're not gonna lack for that at all. And you can have a little bit more of that nature, nature trails and that sort of thing than Wesley Chapel. Again, high on my list. All right, so the last neighborhoods I want to talk about is, some people are like, wait, where is that? Okay, so Wimauma, and yes, it's called Wimauma. Wimauma. There's also Apollo Beach and Ruskin right in that same area. The reason why Wimauma is something that's high on my list is because I've been showing people houses there quite frequently, and I have a new construction home being completed in the next month. And it is stunning, and there is land, and they are expanding everything, and it's really growing, much like what happened to Wesley Chapel. So I'm really starting to think Wimauma, Ruskin, Apollo Beach, even down to Parish is starting to be created similarly to Wesley Chapel and how it's really grown with all of its master plan communities and the restaurants and the activities, etc. So Wimauma's getting an Epperson Lagoon. That's at South Bay. It's coming. It's going to be so fun. So they're going to have that amenity as well. But all of these master plan communities sprinkled throughout Wimauma and Ruskin and Apollo Beach, they don't necessarily offer as many amenities, not all of them, as many amenities as you have in Wesley Chapel, but you do have the Taylor Morrisons and D.R. Hortons and Pulte and those people, and they still have really great features. I think Wesley Chapel really overdid it with their amenities, and it is for sure a good reason. It's beautiful, but I think they also, these builders, D.R. Horton and Pulte and Taylor Morrison, they're also thinking of people's wallets. And so as you go further southeast of Tampa, the housing prices are going to get just a little bit lower, but in this market, that could change in a week. So, but if you're looking for, again, you don't need to necessarily be in the heart of Tampa. Maybe you don't even need to be very close to our airport, because don't forget, in Wimauma, Ruskin, and Apollo Beach, you're also close to, sort of close, to the Sarasota Airport. So between Sarasota Airport, Tampa Airport, you've got some options. So if you're somebody that really doesn't want to be too cityfied, like you don't really want the hustle and bustle and all that traffic around you, but you still want the community feel, I think Wimauma, Ruskin, and Apollo Beach can offer that. They definitely have that suburban feel. You still get the coastal breeze, off of the bay, which is really great. I noticed that when I was going to Wimauma to show my client, we were taking a look at the new construction home and seeing the progress, and we were standing in her house, and we had the sliding glass door open because it's almost done, and the front door open, and it was at 10 a.m. and we both were like, wait a minute, I'm not hot. There's such an amazing breeze. So that area in particular gets a wonderful breeze. So if you're somebody that the heat's going to bother, the humidity's going to bother, and you need that wind moving quite frequently, that's a good place to go. Wimauma, Apollo Beach, and Ruskin. And Apollo Beach is a little bit more developed than Ruskin and Wimauma. It's sort of in the middle, and it's got a lot more to offer as far as shopping and restaurants. But, Ruskin's not far behind, as well as Wimauma, because Wimauma is closer to Sun City, and they have a lot to offer in that area as well. But Sun City is primarily a retirement community, so you have to keep that in mind. But things are turning. Every day, things are turning. But if you're looking for an alternative to the Wesley Chapel, because Wesley Chapel can feel really far north for people. So if you still want to be closer to the water, but you don't necessarily have to be on the water, Apollo Beach, there's no beach in Apollo Beach, just so you know. Apollo Beach, Ruskin, Wimauma. Put those on your list and check them out. And as always, you can ask me about any of these communities that I've mentioned or any communities that I haven't mentioned. I am here to help you. I do these videos to help you. So I hope this helps you out a little bit when it comes to understanding some of the hot neighborhoods that people are talking about in Tampa right now. And, that's why I do these videos, right? I'm here to educate. I'm here to help you understand things that you might not be able to put your fingers on because you don't live here yet. And so as always, you can reach out to me. You can ask me questions, you can email me, you can comment below. But most importantly, if you'd like to work with me, hit my links below and we will get a conversation going. And I'd really love to help you on your journey. But I can't help you if you don't reach out. please do so. You can text me, you can call me. And again, that link for my calendar is below as well. That's usually the easiest way to get my attention because then it's on my calendar and I know we're gonna have a conversation. And that way I get to meet you eyeball to eyeball and we can go over things together and start that plan. So, and also, if this content has resonated and you thought it was helpful, please go ahead and hit that like button. That helps me out. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, that would also help me out a lot. And again, everybody, I really do appreciate you coming and checking out my content. It does mean a lot to me. I do put thought and effort into this, and I'm here to serve you in your real estate needs. It is my joy and my pleasure. So until next time, everyone, be good to each other, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.